Good morning, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome, welcome. Come on in, y'all. I see Debbie. I see Jackie. I see Regina. Come on in, y'all. We have Santa Jim in the house this morning.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome to Craft Chat with Matt. I'm Matt, and I'm one of the owners and designers here at Let's Get Wreath. Welcome. Our special guest today is Mr. Jim Davis from Holiday Home Creative. How are you doing this morning, Jim?
I'm so fantastic I should be two people.
You really should.
I really should. I mean, then one of me could rest more.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Jan. Come on in, y'all.
Morning, y'all. Come on in.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, go sprinkle the love, y'all.
Yes, please, please, please send this out to all your friends, your mama, your sister, your dogs, your worst enemies. Bring them all
Exactly.
in.
Hey, go do those things. Go do those things.
Ooh, Lady Sellers is in the house, Jim.
Good morning, Lady Sellers. Good morning, my queen. How far art thou? Look, Regina, I'm awake before noon. What? What? Who even knew I this is the middle of the night as far as I'm concerned.
It's the middle of the night.
It is the middle of the night.
Right, let me hold
In
that
the
up.
still of the night.
All right, Jimmy. You ready to
All
get
right.
started?
All right, Maddie.
I'm going to switch my camera.
You're going to switch your camera.
I switched my camera.
What's on today, Mr. Matt?
I am going to be doing a Santa wreath in honor of Santa Jimmy.
Oh, ho, ho.
So I am working on a 14-inch wire wreath frame that I put 18 ties on. So that's 10 around the outside, 8 around the inside. What are you doing this morning?
Well, Matt, I am going to do something really exciting. This is one of my wreath kits, and I'm going to embellish it. I'm going to take the thing that comes in the kit, and I'm going to add to it.
Ooh,
And I'm going to
fun.
make all kinds of different things, because I think one of the really fun things to learn about is scalability, and like how to take something that is like fabulous and then push it over the top and like run up to the line and pole vault over it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this thing that's got a lot of glittery stuff and it's on a flocked wreath base, and I'm going to change the bow, and I'm going to add some blue glitter. Ooh, blue. Ooh. And make it even more wintry. And that's kind of the idea, is to just take this and add some more wintry stuff to it to make it even more wintry. And we're gonna do a bow with a couple of different ribbons. Ooh, there they are. So that's what we're working on. I'm waiting for my. Apparently, you should charge your iPad every day or so, because I can't see any comments right now, y'all. I'm so sorry about that, but I'm waiting for my iPad I plugged it in as we started. So so that's what I'm working on.
Well, there's a comment by Regina.
What'd Regina say?
Look at that. Christmas miracles. Jim is awake and speaking and everything.
I know, forming complete sentences. What? This is seriously not possible. Scotty's here with me, y'all, and the pugs are over on their bed. We wrestled them into the car this morning, which is more like herding cattle than it is like putting dogs in cars. So it was lots of fun. Oh, Matt's got some mesh there.
I have mesh.
What?
10-inch mesh that I cut at 20 inches. So, and we're going to be doing the woodland ruffle method this morning. Yeah.
The woodland ruffle.
The woodland ruffle.
All y'all who know how to do the mesh, I salute you with all of my Christmas glory. You go.
Nurse Laura says it's a mirage.
It's a mirage. I'm not actually really here. I'm just. We recorded all of this 2 days ago, so I'm in bed right now.
Jan says you're coherent.
I'm working on my first bottle of Coke, so who knows how many we'll be through in an hour. So
good morning, Leanne.
Hi, Leanne. How are you, girl?
Hey, Frankie.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna get started on my projet. That's French for project,
Is it?
No, but there you go. So, right. So, yeah, so this thing it's on a flocked base, and then I added some glittery Fraser fir. I don't know. Words, Jim. Use your words. And then some glittery bay leaves, and then some iridescent white bay leaves. And I think it's nice. It's very definitely neutral, and it's very definitely monochromatic. So what I'm going to do to it now is I'm going to make it a little more polychromatic and add some color to it. Ooh, Jim's even using big words this early in the morning. What?
Wow.
I know. He used monochromatic and polychromatic in the same sentence.
That's a little color theory for y'all.
little color theory for y'all. You can tell that the Jim when I used to teach at Northwestern, I had an 8 a.m. class on Mondays, and I would get up and go teach a class about collaboration at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, which was like pure pain. But I just learned how to drink a couple sips of coffee and be like, all right, here we go. Who knows if it's going to be right, but we're going to do it anyway. So there you go. I'm looking for Matt's site here. There it is. I'm going to go grab the live now that my iPad has started. Apparently, you should plug those things in.
You should. Good morning, Patty.
Hey,
morning,
Patty,
Jimmy.
how you doing?
Melissa Rose says you don't do mesh, Jimbo?
I don't do mesh, Jimbo. Jimbo, no mesh bow. It's just my thing. My floral is my jam. Floral is like my thing. It always has been, and I think that it's just what I do. I mean, I salute all y'all who can do it. Well, okay, now what are we doing here? Oh, there's the live. Hey, look, I can see the comments.
Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Wanda.
Good morning, friends. Hey, y'all. Why don't you do Matt a huge solid favor, since he's launching this new program, and go do those things.
That would be awesome, y'all.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be an awesome possum?
Awesome possum.
Awesome possum. I mean, this is a great thing that you're doing for the community, Matt. This is a great idea. I think many people have had this idea, but you're the one that actually had done it. So, I mean, there you go.
And I did it in under a week.
And you did it like, hey, you found a business coach and off you went, man.
Yes, I did.
Go, boy. That's you go, boy. Hello, Wanda. How are you? Are you having a good Saturday? So, have y'all got your presents wrapped? Have you all done your shopping yet?
I'm done shopping. I just need to finish wrapping.
Thank you, Wanda. So where are all of you in the continuum of present land? Do you not do any I mean, we don't. We actually don't do the gifts here. I mean, we do what we need to do when we want to do it. So we don't need no stinking presents.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian Lane Designs. How are you? So good. So glad to see ya. Good to see ya. Sandy Loomis, how are you, darling?
Hey, Sandy.
What's going on, Miss Sandy? Greetings from Chicagoland and from Texas land. What do they call it? The great state of Texas.
The great state of Texas.
Hooey.
The Lone Star State.
The Lone Star State, y'all. Shucky darn. I tell you what, I'm going to take off these flashing lights because they're making me nauseous. So, all right. And plus that thing is it's like for a little bitty head. I guess I'm saying Jim's got a big head, and it's really small. I think it's cutting off my ability to think, which, I mean, I need all the help I can get in that department. So let's.
Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Jackie.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
So, I don't think there's anybody in here that doesn't know you, Jim, but there might be. So, for those of us that don't know who Mr. Davis is, Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us how you got started, Jim. Where
Well,
did you start
hello.
Holiday Home Creative?
Oh, I was going to go back to 1966, March 27th, 1966, and tell you about the day I was born. It was a snowy day in March of 1966. There was actually a foot of snow on the ground in 1966 on the day I was born at the end of March. I mean, do the math. That in Kansas City, Missouri. There you
Well,
go.
that's the North for you.
I mean, so like, there's not a lot of snow in Kansas City, Missouri, anyway. So, but let's flash forward. We'll cut through all of the stuff. We don't need to talk about my first day of kindergarten, I guess. We don't really need to talk about my high school years, which were traumatic and dramatic. Let's let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. So in the early '90s, I was I started running a Christmas festival in St. Charles, Missouri, historic St. Charles, Missouri, and that was a Christmas festival that was a 4 or 5 week long Christmas festival from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And as part of that, in this old historic district of buildings built in the late 1700s and early 1800s, yeah, like that old. The buildings are like really, really old. And St. Charles, Missouri is the place where Lewis and Clark started their journey to the westward expanse. And so as part of that festival, they decided they wanted those historic buildings decorated as part of the festival. So I created a design standard for all of those exterior buildings. And that was 13 blocks of beautiful old brick and stone buildings. And we did all real greenery and all real wreaths. We did like, what was it, like 7 miles of greenery and over 500 wreaths. We tied over 3,000 bows every year. So that moment was my introduction to this thing. And I've actually got do I have it under my table? Oh, I don't think I have it. Darn it. I don't know where it's at. I have my original. Yeah, here it is. My original Easy Bow Maker from 1993. There it is. It's the first one she ever made. And that was my introduction. Yeah, that was my introduction to bow making, and we learned how to tie bows, and that's where Hello Bow was born. Was during that, because when you tie 3,000 bows, you get a little punchy. So we started saying Hello Bow like at 3 a.m. Hello Bow, and it was hilarious then. I mean, it's not funny now, but it was hilarious then. So that's what we did. And that was the start. Around that time, I bought one of the stores on Main Street there in St. Charles. And so I was in a retail store, and then I got to decorate the interior of my store and buy and shop. And that's how I got familiar with going to market and all of that stuff. So that was in the late 90s that I did that. And then I moved to then I moved to Chicago, and I had to let all of that go. My husband at the time, my now late husband, Larry, was transferred here, and we came here to Chicago, and I sort of picked up my install business, which had started growing in St. Louis because of having a store. People were hiring me to do their interiors, and some word of mouth transferred me here. So that's what got me started, and I stayed in the install business for years and years and years, and ran a theater company. That's what I did here in St. Louis. And then I worked for Northwestern for many years and taught there. So I was kind of like a theater guy who had a design business on the side until 3 years ago. A friend of mine said, "Hey, Jim, you do Christmas stuff. Could you do a Halloween wreath for me?" And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll figure that out.
Because we all know Christmas and Halloween are the same.
I mean, seriously. So I went online and I found some great people. I found this amazing community, and all y'all are a part of that. And we launched into this community and jumped into it with both feet. And then in January of this year, I decided it was time to retire from the theater business because I'm too old for that crap. So And in August, we moved into the studio here in the warehouse. So in an effort to be able to expand our capacity. Now, of course, Corona has gotten in the way of that a little bit, right?
Hmm.
I mean, come on. So like the installs this year were few and far between because people didn't want you in their homes up here. Now, like in other parts of the country, people were doing fine, but up here, no, not at all. Not at all. So that became a little bit of a thing. So that has slowed down our plan, but we're doing well. We're doing well. So yeah,
So
that's the
Jim,
condensed and edited for television version. So if any of you are thinking about doing a movie of the week or a lifetime expose um, about loving the Christmas installs, he hit me up. I'll license that story to you. Isn't it inspiring?
so Jim, Tammy wants to know, what did you teach?
What did I teach? I taught. My degree is in theater management. So my degree is I'm not an actor. I mean, I was in college, but that's a whole other story. And it involved wearing a dress and heels and doing some drag and stuff like that.
Oh,
But that was a long time ago, and we're not going to talk about that anymore. So in any case, I at Northwestern, I taught collaboration and theater production, which is not set design and stuff like that specifically, but more like the business side of producing and collaboration. And so that's what I taught. And every morning at 8 a.m. on every Monday morning at 8 a.m., I would teach grad students about the art of collaboration and communication. So that's why in this community, I like forming collaborations. That's why this thing we're doing right this minute is brilliant and golden to me, because I love collaboration. I love to say, what do you think? And I love to like have it in real time. It's a great thing. I think collaboration really can be the way that our community can be can learn to work together and work more in harmony with each other. I mean, that sounds all touchy feely and Christmassy, but I do kind of mean it. So so yeah, so that's what was my drag name. It was, what was it? Oh, are you ready? Anita Man.
Anita Man.
Mann. Anita Man. Anita Man. I mean, Anita Man. So
You
yeah,
have one.
I have one. I
And
have been
fabulous.
blessed with. I have been blessed with the men's. Yes, I have. Good morning, Janice Daniel. How are you, my darling?
Hey, Janice.
How are you doing, girly girl? So so yeah, so that's my story. That's my
Okay.
story. And I miss the theater business a little bit, but not enough to like go running back to it, especially right now. I mean, ain't nobody producing any theaters. So
No.
no, because they're all closed. So maybe by next summer they'll reopen. But I think that's really kind of cool and interesting. What?
Leanne asks, weren't you in the birdcage?
Wasn't I in the birdcage, honey?
Hmm.
Honey, I
See, I was
can't
thinking
say
more like
anything more.
Lacage.
I can't think. Well, right. I mean, yeah. I mean, the birdcage is the musical Lacage, right? I mean, that's the same thing. Did you know that La Cage aux Folles stands for a cage of fools?
No.
That's what it means. That's actually what the title means. Having done the show a couple of times, having frolicked with the drag queens backstage as a stage manager, let me tell you, I've seen it all, and some of it there was a lot.
Brian said that his drag name would be Shalita Buffet.
Shalita Buffet. Mine should be Anita Buffet. I like that. Anita Buffet. I like it. Anita. Yeah.
Anita Cocktail.
Anita Cocktail. That would be a really good one. Anita. Yeah. Wasn't I in the birdcage? I love that movie too. Gosh, I love that movie, Leanne. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm going to switch my cameras here because I'm going to do a thing. I'd use my Pro Bow, but it's like under the table and the fingers are like over there in a bag, and I'm not awake enough to figure all that out. So this
We'll
one was
forgive you
right
this
here.
time.
Exactly. And Regina's dying laughing. I don't think Regina, have I ever told you that story? No. And the whole, I mean, honestly, you guys, the whole, okay, back to front camera. The whole drag thing was just one time. I mean, they all say that, right? But it was just one time. It was actually for a student directed one act of Summer and Smoke by Tennessee Williams. And I played the young, I was young then. I was young at one point, guys. I played the young girlfriend, and the director thought it would be fun to switch all the roles. So the men played women and the women played men. And it was like all conceptual and cool. And my friend Kenna is often watching my lives. Kenna dressed me, did the costumes for it. She was a costume designer when we were in college together, and it was all her clothes. So it was a lot of fun. There are no photos. No, there are no photos.
That you know of.
That I know of. Yeah, Regina, I'm holding back on you, girl. Watch out. I just realized I haven't shared this or Scott, did you share this to our page?
Okay.
Would you? Pretty please.
Scotty slacking this morning, Jimmy?
Say what?
Is Scotty slacking this morning?
Well, I mean, neither one of us are awake, really. I mean, well, Scotty gets up like this. I mean, Scotty, this past week has been getting up at 6 a.m. again to go to work.
That's right.
I'm like, all right, you go right ahead. You're right ahead. I go back to sleep. So once a theater person, always a theater person is what I'm saying about that. So you guys, I'm working on taking, there it goes. I'm gonna wait for my camera to switch. So this is my current winter wreath kit, and I'm going to jazz this up. So I'm going to tilt the.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Chris Hunter. How are you? Your son is a theater major? Cool. Is he a performer or a technician or a designer or a director, or what is he? What is his focus in the theater business?
Black.
So I'm going to use this gray glittery ribbon. Can you see the glittery on it? Isn't that pretty?
Ooh.
Ooh. And I'm going to use this silver Dupillon. Dupillon, it's my France. En français. Dupillon ribbon.
Thank you, Regina. She said my ruffles look great.
Oh, Regina, you're so sweet.
Hey, Brenda Mullard.
A performer, Chris. Oh, that's cool.
Actor.
Radio shows, yeah, I bet.
So apparently they're doing a like a live stream version of the Nutcracker.
Oh, really?
But I was just like, that's not the same.
Well, no, I mean, it's not the same.
You know?
I was just saying to Scott yesterday, it doesn't feel like Christmas because we're not doing all the Christmassy things we would normally be doing. You know, we're not going to the Nutcracker and going to see A Christmas Carol, and we're not going to Chris Kendall Market downtown, and we're not riding the Christmas train downtown to go do that, or going to have dinner in Marshall Fields by the great big 45-foot tall tree. And, you know, we're not doing any of our Christmas traditions this year.
Polar Express.
Yeah, we're not riding the Polar Express this year. I mean, we do that. I've got friends who work for the Polar Express, so they always get us comps, and we go ride the train. But so yeah, it just doesn't feel like Christmas. So I can't imagine Nutcracker on TV. I heard that there was and I missed it entirely. The Grinch Musical,
Yeah.
was on with Matthew Morrison as the Grinch, which folks may recognize him from Glee. So I'm doing a 3-3-3 bow here, otherwise known as the Leanne bow.
The Leanne bow, yes.
Leanne bow. So, and you can always tell you're doing a Leanne bow correctly because, as she taught me, you can see a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. So, like, there's his little arms. Oh no! and his head and his 2 legs. So that's how you know that you're building that correctly. So so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So that's what's going on for us here in sunny downtown Chicago. We're not downtown Chicago, but whatever. I just can't believe I'm awake. I mean, I actually don't think I am, but that's a whole other conversation.
Well, I appreciate you being awake.
Well, you're welcome, good sir. You're doing a good thing here. So as I said to Serena, this is a good thing. We all have to support this to encourage it. So I think it's a good thing. Congratulations on getting it launched. That's a project.
It is a project, and um, I'm officially able to say I am booked up till June.
I saw that. That's amazing, Matt. I mean, congrats. That is so fabulous.
But I couldn't even do this without all the amazing designers in the craft world.
Very true.
So
Very true. Your next episode is Debbie Viola, right?
Is yes, it's Debbie Viola. She's an award-winning artist.
Yeah, her work is amazing.
So, and then in January, we kick off January with Kathy Ainsworth, who is a fiber artist.
Ms. Alpaca herself.
Ms. Alpaca herself. So
that's exciting.
About that. And then in February, we have Lady Sellers.
The Regina Sellers.
The Regina Sellers.
Star of Stage and Screen.
Yes.
And Kmart openings.
I'm sure she's opened quite a few of those.
Yeah. When early in my theater career, I worked on a show called Legends, and it was written by Jim Kirkwood, the guy who wrote Chorus Line, and this was the original first production. So it started actually in St. Louis at the American Theater, and it starred Carol Channing and Mary Martin. Mm-hmm. So those of you who know anything about old movies would know Carol Channing from Lorelei.
Your
best friend. And Mary Martin. And
are you telling the story I think you are?
And no, actually, probably not. And Carol had a big mouth. Carol was, God rest her soul, Carol was a hoot. And she would often tease Mary and say, you know, Mary, I'm a big star. And Mary would say, yes, dear. Or Mary would say, yes, dear. You're a star of stage, screen, and Kmart openings. So it was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, the story, the Carol Channing story. Oh, the Carol Channing story. Carol, honey, God rest her soul. I miss her so much.
Tell that story.
She was a hoot. She was a hoot and a half. She was known for being basically unclothed backstage, and she didn't care. She didn't care about it. She was like, I mean, everybody's seen them. Who cares? So I started with the show after they were already in rehearsal, and we were in the theater. And the stage manager who I was working for thought it would be really hilarious to make me do the rounds and give the calls, like half hour and 15 minutes and stuff like that. And at 5 minutes, I knocked on Carol's dressing room door and said, 5 minutes, Miss Channing. And she said, I'm sorry, what? And I said, 5 minutes. And she said, oh, you can come in, honey. And I'm like, okay. Because I knew about her. I knew about her plan to never be clothed. And I opened her dressing room door, and sitting at her dressing table, looking at me through the mirror, was Carol Channing wearing not a stitch of clothing. I mean, not even socks. Okay. Carol Channing was in in delictus flagrante, she was completely naked. And I mean, there they were, just like there they were. Like there's Carol Channing, and there they are. Like Carol Channing's girls are right there. And she looked up at the mirror, and those wide Carol eyes. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Did they bother you?" I was like, "Not if it doesn't bother you. I'm fine." I mean, I was like 20 years old. I was fresh out of college and wide-eyed, and couldn't believe I was in the room with Carol Channing to begin with. So like, Carol Channing could have, like, I don't know, could have been in the loo, and I wouldn't have thought it was anything wrong with it. But yeah, so my some of my best time was spent in Carol Channing's dressing room with her not wearing a stitch of clothing. I sort of always felt like I should have just shown up and taken off my shirt to like make her feel more comfortable, but you know. So yes, no, not toe exposure. Oh, honey. Yeah, it's such a good memory. Hey, wait, Laura Sherman, you started a new job?
I heard about that.
I didn't. Why do I not know about this?
Because you've been so busy, Jimmy. Bless you.
Excuse me. Ooh. So anyway, so that's my fun Carol Channing story, and I love it. And she was a hoot. God rest her soul. I miss her so much. I miss her so much. She once came to St. Louis to work on a show, and she left a message on my answering machine, and it said, and after the beep, it was, "Hello, Jim Davis. I bet you don't know who this is." It's like anytime Carol spoke to anybody, she used that same little baby doll voice. But she was like a baritone at best. So it was like down here, but it was, "Hello, Jim Davis." So, of course, you knew who in the world you were talking to immediately.
Ooh, Jimmy, you're getting the plug here.
When am I getting a plug?
Tell us about anything about your new group coming up soon.
Oh.
Plug away, Jimmy.
Plug away. Oh my gosh, Hallie, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, sinus infections are icky. Hey, Tom Hutton, how are you? Come on in, you guys. Did somebody share this to Creative Crafters Connection?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, Scotty, would you do that?
I'm sorry, do
CCC.
yes.
So, so yeah, we are getting ready to launch a new group. We put the bow group on ice because, I mean, how many bows can you make? And so I'm going to start offering a full design group in the first of the year, right after the first of the year. And the working title, and actually I would love to collaborate with you all this morning here on Craft Chat with Matt and talk about the name of the group. Right now, it's Jim's Home Creatives, and which plays on the name of my business, which is Holiday Home Creative. But this would be, it wouldn't be just design stuff. What's that, Matt?
We would be taking the holiday out of it.
Yeah, we'd take the and then have I had a stroke? I'm not sure. I'm just not awake. That's what it is. So yeah, we take the holiday out of it, and it would be Jim's Home Creatives, and we do a whole lot of stuff. Not just wreath design, not just flower design. Some more interior design stuff. Some time in the kitchen together. I love to cook. I love to bake, and we've got a lovely kitchen. So, and maybe Scotty and I could do some things together. Scotty loves to cook too, and he's got a lot of specialties. And
Making latkes with Scotty and Jimmy.
Making latkes with Scotty. So potato pancakes, gotta love them. So that is the plan. So what do you all think of that name? Jim's Home Creatives.
I like it.
Yeah. Do you think is it all encompassing enough?
Yeah.
Is it still catchy enough? Can we all call each other? I mean, like Dylan's divas, he calls everybody his divas, or like everybody's got their thing. I mean, can we be creatives? I really wanted to and thought about using Gems, GEMS, but there's a guy out on the West Coast who is a jewelry store owner, and his name is Jim, and he sells jewelry, so it's Jim's Gems. And so jimsgems.com is gone. So not that it really matters, but like
.org.gov,
yeah, but like I couldn't use the hashtag because he already uses the hashtag.
Oh.
There was a point at which I was telling everybody to use the hashtag Jim's Gems, and then I discovered that we were giving a whole lot of plugs and advertising to the jewelry guy, because I got some confused responses.
Oh.
So and he was like, I am Jim's Gems.
You cannot be Jim's Gems. I am Jim's Gems.
I am Jim's Gems, dude.
This is not the Jedi you were looking for.
This is not the Jedi you were looking for. Good morning, Miss Georgie. How are you, darling?
Hey,
good to see you. Good to see you. Always good to see you. So, I'm working on a bow, y'all.
I'm almost done.
Well, aren't you fancy? I've been talking.
I know.
Well, you asked me the questions.
I asked the questions.
Oh, Lord. I said to Matt before we started, I'm like, you ask me questions and I'll talk when questions get asked. And he was like, oh, no, we're not that formal. I'm like, okay.
I'm no Sally Jesse Raphael.
You're no Oprah?
I'm no Oprah.
You get a car and you get a car.
It's more like you get a wreath and you get a wreath and you get a wreath.
Exactly.
Everybody gets a wreath. If you look under your chairs, I placed a cranberry candle.
A cranberry, that plain peach candle. Have you guys ever seen the Saturday Night Live gifting sketch about the plain peach candle?
Yes.
Oh God, that makes me laugh so hard because I have taken the dumb candle that somebody gave me and regifted it many times myself. So I know of which we speak when it comes to the plain peach candle. All right, well.
All right, so this is where we're at so far.
Wow. And look what I did, Matt. I made a bow.
A bow.
Hello, Bo. Hey, Jim, what you doing? How's it going? Who's that guy over there? What's he doing? Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
I'm rolling mesh.
That's exciting. See, I took the bow from in front of my face, and now you know that I'm making the voice of the bow. I've spoiled all the Christmas magic. I always ruin Christmas.
Don't tell the kids.
Don't tell the kids. Yeah, exactly. The bows don't actually talk, kids. So I'm going to switch my camera to the side camera. So this is the wreath that we are reworking. So I'm going to take this bow off, assuming I can find the wires. Yeah, there they are. It's finally warming up in here, Scott.
Slowly.
Boy, it feels like 85 degrees over here. 72 over here on my side of the room.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Rolling. Ian, you're so funny.
So, boy, we're both really chatty, aren't we? We're concentrating. So there we go. Take that bow off. And I'm going to put this bow on.
Jim, I know you don't do mesh. You're like grapevines are your thing.
Yeah, florals are my thing. Yeah.
Florals are your thing. So for those of you that are wanting to try mesh, there's one thing you need to keep in mind. You're not the boss of the mesh. The mesh is the boss of you.
Hence the reason Jim doesn't do mesh.
So keep that in mind if you're wanting to try mesh. Georgie, I am making a Santa wreath.
Mr. Bad is making a Santa wreath. That's going to be pretty.
Well, that's what I'm going for anyway.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll be the judge of that, young man.
Yes.
So I have got some blue spruce here that's been flocked, and I'm going to cut those apart.
I have been paying attention, Leanne. I can multitask.
Leanne, how are you doing? Girly girl, are you behaving yourself? I feel like I haven't talked to you in months.
Because you have it.
Which is kind of true, but it's only because it's the fourth quarter. I mean, and we're all busy.
Well, that and she's been sick, so.
Yeah. Glad you're feeling a little better, Leanne. Let's see now. So this greenery is, each one of them have 5 when you cut it down. So I'm going to cut the top 3 apart. And there's a pine cone in there, but I'm going to cut that free.
Jim, Laura wants to know if you've sold all of your silver wreath kits.
No. I still have some. They are on the website, and they're still on sale for $28.
$28.
$28. It includes everything. And you get a bag of flock. And the one I showed on the live the other night is not the bag of flock. I said you get a pound bag of flock, and I showed like a little Ziploc baggie, which is like 5 ounces of flock. A pound is like a pound. So you get a pound of flock, which is going to be enough to like flock a 3 or 4 foot tall tree. So
That's a lot of.
So you get a lot of flock for your deal. I put it in the boxes. I shipped a bunch of them this past week, and I was putting it in the boxes, and I realized I was putting a great big bag of white powder in a box to ship. And I'm like, so maybe I better make some labels for that, just in case UPS is like, is this guy shipping drugs or? So I made some labels because it's just a big plastic bag full of white powder.
So it's a flocking good deal?
It's a flocking good deal. Oh, Scott.
Flock joke here.
Yeah. So I'm just pulling the pine cones out of these because no, use them separately. I like to be the boss of where things go, not they end up wherever they want to go. Might be issues of power and control for me, but you know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, actually there really isn't.
Huh.
What?
Leanne says, so since we chatted last, you've been flocking around?
Yes, Leanne, I've been flocking around. Yes. It's a flocking good time. I like to come into the studio and get really flocked up. Sounds dirty.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Yeah, I always say every time I do flocking on one of my lives, it's like, all right, and let the flocking jokes commence. Everybody likes the flocking jokes. Yeah, Laura, the kit is still on the website, and it's listed on there for $40, but when you put it in your shopping cart on our website, it takes 30% off, which takes it down to $28. So, and I think there are 5 of them left. As of when we started this live, there were 5 of them left. So if you'd like one, go get one. That's my winter wreath kit. So I'm going to take this greenery and I'm going to dip it in my glue. I've got about 10 pieces, so I've got enough to sort of get it in there and use a bunch of it. Scott, how's Courtney doing? Scott. I mean, Matt.
She's good.
I'm not awake. Good.
I was lucky to get Jem out of bed before noon, y'all.
I mean, seriously.
She's good.
Yeah. Do you all celebrate the holidays together, or are you going to this year? Or
We do every year, actually. We live together.
oh, I don't think I realized you live together.
Yeah. I live
Gotcha.
at home with the family.
Oh, that's cool. And how's Mr. Josh?
He's good.
Yeah.
So we had Christmas with his side of the family over the weekend.
All right. And that was good and fun and
We had a good time.
good.
So yeah. How's Hanukkah?
Hanukkah was good. We had a good, we had a nice Hanukkah dinner. Scotty made an amazing brisket and some latkes, and we had green bean casserole, and it was a nice time. It was weird not being with his family,
Yeah.
because COVID. So, but you know, we did it okay. So. And Scott did a really good job on the brisket. I mean, you know, that's normally reserved for his Jewish mother. That's normally her job.
Doing the brisket?
But, yeah, because that's, you know, Jewish mothers know how to make a brisket.
Do they?
They do.
I
But
love brisket, y'all.
so now we're getting ready for Christmas. I'm so lucky I get all the holidays. It's starting to look good. I am just breaking up some of this silver now with some green. And then now I'm going to add some of this blue honey locust, which is the Designer's Excellence product. Both Vickerman and Designer's Excellence sell honey locust, and they sell exactly the same ones. So, and
Thank you, Wanda.
say what?
Wanda says, I pray everyone stays COVID free this holiday season. I said, me too.
Amen, sister. Amen. I like all the bows, Chris. I am in my group. We like to do all the different bows, and I like to play with different kinds of ribbon and do unexpected things too. I use all of the bow makers equally. I do not have favorites. And I like to do all different kinds of bows. I love the Terry bow. I think it's fun and interesting. I like the Jim bow because it has my name on it. I like I love making tree topper bows. I feel like I've made so many tree topper bows that I could literally show up and do that in my sleep. Literally. Oh, there we go. So I just cut each one of those breaks down into 6 pieces. So now I have 12 of these. I'm going to scoot this up a little closer for you guys. My camera here is on a tripod, so I can. It's on wheels, so it makes it really easy to move it around.
Isn't it great having all that space, Jimmy?
Oh my gosh. It's so nice having a dedicated space that
Instead
allows
of your spare bedroom?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I'm really lucky.
I'm going through and clipping now, Jimmy.
You are? Wow. Have you put your belt in yet?
I have.
Oh my gosh. I'm almost done too.
So once I get done clipping y'all, I will change cameras and give y'all an actual head-on view of it.
So we will be live on Sunday evening on our page, and we're gonna.
Is that a designing in our jammies with Jimmy?
I'm sorry.
Is that a designing in our jammies with Jimmy?
I don't actually know what we're gonna do yet. I don't know. And then on Christmas Eve, on Thursday evening, we're gonna be live, and I'm gonna do my annual home tour.
Ooh.
On Christmas Eve in the evening. So normally we pre-record it, but I'm going to do it live this time. So if you're around on Christmas Eve in the evening, before Santa comes to your house, you can come join us and see all of our Christmas decorations. Of course, that'll be available in the replay too. If you've got family obligations.
Jimmy, you're coming to Texas on Christmas Eve? What?
Yes, I'm coming to your house, Matt. Yeah.
I'll get the air mattress ready.
Yeah, get the air mattress ready. Get for yourself. I'm old. So yeah, so there you guys can see sort of what I've done to jazz this up a little bit.
Hey, Monkey.
Hey, Monkey, how are you?
Monkey's in the house.
So we started with
I guess in February.
Yeah,
February.
So this wreath started with a flocked wreath like this, which is in
flocked
that
evergreen.
A flocked evergreen, and in the kit you get the wreath, the plain wreath, and then you have to flock it yourself because I want you guys to learn how to do that. So you get a pound of flock as well.
Do we get instructions?
There are instructions, yeah, on the label that I printed when I realized I was putting white white powder in a thing. So yeah, I did. Oh, sorry about that, you guys. My camera is in the shot.
Disclaimer: before flocking, put plastic down.
Yes, exactly. Rule number 1: when flocking, cover your surface. Number 2, cover yourself. Number 3, if you're flocking something big, wear shoes you don't care about because that stuff ain't coming off. And number 4, if it does get on the bottoms of your shoes, like you walk on a place where it's stuck down to and it gets stuck to the bottom of your shoes become like slick as ice. I mean, like if you walk on carpet, you will literally, or on a hardwood floor, you will literally fall down. Oh my gosh, Matt, how cute is that? Ho, ho, ho. Oh, Matt, that is so cute. You guys, isn't that cute?
Yep. Oop,
Didn't he do a good job on that?
Santa wreath. And my little gold belt buckle in here that is getting lost.
Number 5, don't do it. Monkey, that's funny.
It's not recommended, Kathy. Don't flock barefooted.
Yeah, I mean, you should. There's just some things you shouldn't do barefooted, Kathy. You're so funny. I know she's being funny. I just realized I didn't put my pine cones in my.
Well, for any of you crafters, get you one of these. This thing is like the best thing I ever bought. It's called a crummy, and it only costs like $10.
And what does it do?
It's a little vacuum cleaner.
Oh. Well, that's sexy.
It runs on 2 AA batteries, and it's awesome.
Oh, wow. I have my battery powered vac. So my glue gun, my screw guns, I've got a saw for this. They all run on this same battery pack. So, and it is loud, but it picks up glitter like crazy.
Very nice.
Kind of nice.
No.
I'm just putting these pine cones in here.
In Santa.
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 I know him. Hello, Santa. Santa Claus.
I know him. You're not Santa.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Don't tell him what you want for Christmas.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, y'all. Jimmy, are you done? Are you almost?
Jimmy is done. Hallie, my website is holidayhomecreative.com. Scotty, would you type that in the comments for us before we sign off here? Scotty's going to type my website in there. It's holidayhomecreative.com, and it's actually right there above my head, but you can't click on that. So Scotty's going to put a clickable link in there for you guys.
And my website is letsgetwreathen.com.
How many M's is in
2 M's. So
2 M's.
H-E-M.
Gotcha.
.com. So yeah.
You know, you think we'll vacay again, Chris? Oh gosh, I hope so. I love to take trips. One of my favorite places actually in the world is New York City. I love to go to the city and see things. That's one of my favorite vacations. My second favorite place to vacation is anywhere that's not home. I don't care.
Those of you that were here last week, this is last week's wreath. So we did Valentine's.
Wanda wants wreath supplies from Santa. Hey, I'll give myself a shameless plug. We're doing 30% off on our D-Stash website right now. My stuff is all D-Stash, but it's 30% off right now, you guys. It's Christmas clearance time. So
can you Christmas clearance out a stem cutter?
I don't have any. Yeah, they've been out of stock. But D-Stash prices already are cheap, and then 30% off of that. So there's some 50-cent poinsettias on there and stuff, you guys, by the time you get the discount on them. So go stock up on all that stuff, because we've got still some left. And Scotty is playing music. Am I right that you're playing music?
Yeah.
Why are you playing music? Scotty's trying to wake me up, I think, y'all. Anyway.
I'm going to make sure you're staying alive.
Yeah, well, and who even knows about that? So anyway, Scotty put in my website, you guys. Matt, thank you for having me today. I've so enjoyed hanging out with you guys and hanging out with you, Matt. You're always a pleasure to spend time with you, sir. All
right, y'all. Jimmy, let's see your finished wreath.
Okay, here I go. I gotta switch my cameras. Here we go. Nice and wintry and glittery. Just what you need. Just what you need for your door for wintertime. So I think it turned out well. And look at that. Look at Matt's wreath, you guys. Isn't that cute? I love the buckle in the middle. That's a great idea. Matt, did you explain how you did that? You told me. Did you tell them?
I don't remember if I did or not. So I took an 8-inch wire wreath frame, and then I took this gold meshy ribbon that came in one of the kits that Jim made for us, and then I just wrapped it around. I think I went 3 times around that, just enough to where I couldn't see the wire frame anymore.
Right.
And then I strung 2 pipe cleaners through the bars, and that's how I attached it.
It's a smart way to do that. That's a good way to use different kinds of things to achieve a fun look. It's a good idea.
I was originally going to do a square buckle with this center ring here on this square frame. But yeah, it would have taken up all the space on my wreath.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So think outside the box. So
climb out of that box.
All right, y'all. Be kind to one another. That's all I got for you today. Be kind.
Be kind, take care of each other, and believe in yourselves. You guys, you can do anything. You can do anything. Just go do it. You can do anything. 2021 is going to be a year of recovery and a year of change. Get some change for yourself. Go do the things you want to do. This is the year to do it. Go get it, my friends. Go get 2021 and grab a hold of it by the neck and say, I'm in charge, mister. And go get yourself some success. You can do it. I believe in you guys. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Take
Jim,
care of
please be on the call.
I will.
We will
All right, bye, guys.
see you next Saturday with Miss Debbie Viola from Art by Debbie Viola. And we will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Thank you.